fam?
Hey, it's your boys.
K-Dog,
And Breezy.
the heavyweight commentary.
That's right. Hey, yo, first and foremost, I was not dressed for the occasion as my co-host K-Dog was. So it's all good. Next time around, y'all, I'm going to be outfitted for the occasion. But I'm in my daytime clothes. So, yo, forgive me for not being correctly outfitted. K-Dog, what we got going on this episode, man?
We got a lot to talk about, B.
What we talking about?
So, first off, let's address something that we went through. We tried to record a video talking about the draft. It was not quality. We just recorded it.
Hey, what up, Twilight?
We were going to post it. So, if we wanted to do so, we decided that we would just not post that because we wanted to make sure that when we do put out content, it is something that we can be proud of to say that we did it.
Facts.
So we recorded an hour and a half long video talking about the draft and our likes, dislikes, what we thought, what we saw, what we felt about it, and you guys will never ever see that. Sorry.
Yo, facts. Yeah, man. It was dope. We really went in on the draft hardcore. But yo, facts, we really wanted to bring the best product we could bring. And so we just scrapped it. And now we on live. And we want to do a little bit of talking about Backlash. And then, of course, just going over Raw, SmackDown, what we like, dislike. Some of the up-and-coming stars out there. A big shout-out to Oscar Marbles. I couldn't see it quite. Anyway, so
thanks for the follow.
Yeah, thanks for the follow. But yeah, we're gonna go over some things that we liked, that we did not like, and let's just unpack, starting with Backlash. So Backlash kicked off, well, not the kickoff show, but the actual event started with
Bianca Belair.
Bro, I missed, of all matches, I started watching late. I was running around just getting to my location. I watched it with family. I missed that match. Talk to me.
She fought Io Sky.
Ooh.
Which I thought it was a great story told match.
Okay.
You even had a little interference with Bailey. Bailey ended up kind of costing her partner the match.
Okay, so is that going to signal beef within Damage Control?
I don't think so. I don't think it was looked at like that. I think Bailey was trying to help and did not succeed because she was fighting at EST. And Bianca Belair is pretty stout.
Well, yo, you know what? It boils down to this, man. I think it boils down to, are we seeing too much of Super Bianca?
Well, then you would ask the same question, are we seeing too much of Super Roman Reigns?
But I'll say this, okay? If we're talking about Super Roman versus Super Bianca, I kind of look at Super Bianca like you look at Super Cena, right? Mm-hmm. Super Cena was just untouchable, unbeatable all day long, and it kind of got silly after a while because 5 moves of doom, we all know about that. It got crazy, and it was like, okay, anytime you book a super baby face, they look like Hogan. They look just really, really like too unrealistic. But a monster heel, I guess it makes more sense because a monster heel dominates, and they also have help.
I was gonna say, I don't look at Roman as being a monster heel.
Okay.
Because a lot of his matches are won by interference from Solo Sikoa and the Usos.
I can give you that. I am him.
Okay.
Hey, appreciate the invitation, but nah, you can't join this live. But hey, maybe next time. All right.
Yeah, let us get through one before we start asking people.
Facts. Yo, so legit, I feel you on that. Bianca and Io Sky. Now, from what I understand, even the crowd started turning over to Io because...
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. They were doing the whole boo cheer thing, booing every time Bianca would do something, and then cheering when Io would do something. It was pretty awesome to see the crowd flip because Bianca's usually a favorite.
Fam, that's unheard of. Bianca getting booed anywhere. The EST getting BOO'd. When does that happen?
It's new.
Wow.
But you're starting to see people get tired of the, like you said, the stale push.
Yeah, man.
So I kind of like it because it forces them to do something. You know, they can't just stay status quo. They got to say, well, how are we going to play this out? Because now they're starting to turn on her.
You talking facts.
Does she Rocky Maivia and come back and just be nasty and be a straight up heel? Or does she continue to smile and eat your vitamins and drink your milk and lift your weights and stay the baby face and try to deal with it? Or does she, you know, we'll talk about this a little later, does she Braun Breaker it and just become a heel?
You know, I honestly think, real talk though, that we haven't seen the best of Bianca. Now, don't get me wrong. We've seen amazing Bianca, but I feel like this, and this is one of the big problems with WWE's women's division right now. A girl like Bianca is only really truly challenged by Charlotte and Ripley. That's about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have like a monster females like you see elsewhere in, say, Impact Wrestling and AEW,
right?
You know, or Stardom for that matter, who have legitimate, you know, like bad chicks. Nah, we ain't talking about Dallas Cowboys, fam. This is WWE.
This ain't the Bud Light
AEW, my dog. So hey, we talking straight up pro wrestling. But yeah, there's plenty of podcasts out there, plenty of channels talking about football. Appreciate the comment though. Thanks for comment on the live. But yes, okay, Bianca, Io Sky. And then we transition to
Mommy.
Yo, Mommy.
Bro, I legitimately felt bad for that girl.
Dude, you want to see Zelina Vega?
Yes. They built that. She came out with the flag and everybody's cheering and happy, and she got her wig split.
Dog, you know, and this is where WWE, I like that they're breaking all the rules in this fashion, but you know that girl was going to lose, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, typically, baby faces will win in their hometown. That's always been a general wrestling rule. It's an unspoken rule. Baby faces win in their hometown. But come on, fam.
Not against Rhea Ripley, they don't.
You book her against Mommy. I don't care if you, brother.
It was bad. It was bad. I was like, please don't kill her. Is there paramedics next to ringside? Because this girl's about to die.
I don't ever remember the Riptide being so vicious. When she slammed that girl in the Riptide, she slammed her with malice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then laughed at the crowd.
Bro.
That was the best part. She's laughing at the crowd while this is going on.
Bro, I think right now, Rhea Ripley's heel work, I would dare say, is at the top of female wrestling.
Oh,
it's not wrestling in general.
She is the premier female wrestler, in my opinion, in all of wrestling.
Yeah.
Britt Baker's close.
Wait, whoa.
But I think she's better than Britt Baker.
You know, you make a good point, bro. Mommy and Britt. That's a dream right there.
Yeah.
Because attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, mm-hmm. I like what you're saying, man.
Yeah.
Mommy and the DMD.
Right.
That's money.
Yes, all day.
Wow. So yeah, definitely, man. Rhea Ripley, Zelina Vega. I love Zelina Vega's ring attire coming out with the Puerto Rican flag.
Yeah.
Shout outs to whoever designed that with the full flag.
With the wings. Yeah.
Man.
That was dope. I liked it.
Fire.
I just felt bad for her. I was like,
yo,
girl, please tell me, like, I wrestle in front of my family. You're about to get squashed in front of your family. That's what's about to happen.
Like, you're going to bring out mama, daddy, TT.
Oh. And then she threw a chunkla at her.
Oh, yo, yeah. Wait, I honestly, and this is what I think made Rhea so mad. I think that like Rhea is such a legitimate wrestler that when they book her in a match like that, she kind of has a little chip on her shoulder. Like, listen.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like this isn't no pageant for me.
Right.
Because me and I was watching my father-in-law, and we're both looking at this like, dude, I think she really tried to hurt that girl.
Oh, 100%.
But maybe that's just her really playing up to her character, and she did an outstanding job of playing up to that. I want to see more of Mommy as much as possible. I want to see as much Mommy on the show as we can possibly see. Hands down. And y'all let us know out there how it sounds. We got some mic issues going on, but yo, let us know if that mic is coming through decent. If you can hear the podcast, let us know out there what's going on. So, Mommy, Judgment Day, Dominic.
Yep.
Okay. I'm liking that dynamic. It's not like all too weird. They're doing a relationship, but at the same time, you're kind of wondering where we going with this. What's your take on it?
Well, if you take into account the full body of work,
yeah,
and not just one appearance, it kind of tells the story a little bit.
Yeah.
For instance, on Monday Night Raw, Dominic had a match, and he fought against I'm drawing a blank now. The dude from the New Day, Xavier Woods.
Xavier Woods.
Yep, for first time on Raw in a long time.
Yeah,
they had a match. It was a good match.
Good match, but
you could feel the connection between Mommy and Dominic. It wasn't like she was just out there. No, she was out there to support her man.
Yo, you know what? I like how you said that, the connection, because what I get, and I think that really this is a dynamic that plays out in every family. You never want your young son or young daughter to get corrupted by an older young man or older young woman. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I like the way it's playing out, because at the end of the day, one thing's for sure. They give us an out to where Dominic can still come back and be a babyface if he gets away from Mommy and the spell that she's put on him. So I like how they're working this angle.
It's going to be tough, but it can be done.
Yeah. I mean, you know how it is. It's a WWE. Yeah. I mean, think about it. We got like a 20-something year storyline with Dominic and Eddie Guerrero. So come on.
That was great, by the way.
That's crazy, bro.
Great, by the way.
I'm concerned that he really is Eddie's son.
You know, I'm looking at that at the same. I'm watching.
No.
I'm like, bro, he don't look like Ray, and he don't look like his mama.
That dude looks
like the mailman or Eddie.
Yo, shout out to Latino Heat. I don't know what was going on back in the day, but I think WWE really booked themselves into a corner on that one.
Yeah.
Legit. All right. So we had Bianca and Io Sky. We had Mommy versus Zelina Vega. Of course, Mommy goes over in Puerto Rico. Next we had...
I forget.
Who was that? We had, I want to say Damian Priest and Bad Bunny were next.
Were they next?
I believe that was the next match. Wait. You know what I'm skipping over? I'm skipping Seth Rollins and Omos.
Yes, yeah.
Seth Rollins and Omos. So
in my mind, I like to, as much as I know this is all a work, I'm not stupid. I'm a mark. I get it.
Marked out, baby.
I get it. Okay. But in my mind, I'm going, how can they legitimately put Seth Rollins against Omos and make it seem legitimate?
Yeah.
Because in real life, Omos should have just ripped him to shreds and beat him to death with his own arm. You know?
You talking facts. I don't know what that says. WSG.
World Series Gangster.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yo, for real.
No idea. You got to spell it out for us, bro. I don't know.
Wiggle something good. Maybe we're just too old for that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I am old, but anyway,
Yeah.
It was a good story told match, and I liked the fact that it took multiple attempts at the finishing move in order to finish off Omos.
Yo, 100%. I mean, I don't like that Omos has lost twice in a row now.
What's good?
Hey, what's good, homie? What's good there? Wolf King?
Ooh!
Too sweet?
Too sweet.
Too sweet, baby. All right, what's good, Wolf King? Down with the Wolf Pack. I'm feeling it. Yeah, I don't like the Omos is losing twice in a row. Now, granted, he lost to Brock Lesnar,
right,
which anybody losing to Brock,
it doesn't hurt him.
Yeah, it's not the admission of weakness at all. I agree. But
losing to
Seth,
as much as Seth is a main event guy, it did kind of drop him down.
I mean, you know, I don't understand why we're in the world where giants lose to just another wrestler. I mean, Seth is phenomenal at what he does, but I just can't see it. I just can't see it.
Bobby Lashley beat Omos.
Hey. Thanks for shouting that out. Bobby Lashley did beat Omos. Yeah. Now,
again, that's a Brock Lesnar category.
I feel like he's at that level where if Bobby Lashley beats Omos, you're like, okay, I can see for the storyline, they had to pay it off. Because the face heel dynamic, I think the issue is this, and thanks for shouting that out, Wolf King. I think the issue that we're running into is this. You just don't book Omos with guys that are main event guys yet.
Yeah.
Make them squash, all your mid-card guys.
Your local guys.
And then let him come out to the ring and say, I beat everybody. Who else do I got to face? He hadn't beat everybody.
Right.
But he can tout it out.
Then you can have the run-in from the back, the walkout, the interruption, the big reveal.
Yeah.
And you don't make him look weak in the process.
Exactly, because come on, dude, if Seth Rollins can beat him, now you have a whole host of other guys who can reasonably, by that understanding, beat Omos. And it's just not plausible. I'm not buying it, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I like to stomp off the top. Good way to end it. I think it hurts Omos.
It does. I think so too. Any momentum that he had, it hurts him. It's kind of like, I feel bad because I feel like they kind of got him in the Big Show kind of thing where like they just use him to seem big, but he don't really get to be big. Because again, real talk, if Big Show got pissed off and he really hit you with the WMD, I'm just saying, who's gonna take that? I don't care who it is. Like even Brock Lesnar, you're not taking that dude's weapon of mass destruction upside the cranium.
You got a pretty good hammer hawk on you right there. Now Big Show has he's probably like a 1.5 of yours.
So I read an article one time that his ring finger is the size of a silver dollar.
Dang.
Now think about that frying pan slapping you in the chest or on the side of the face. If it hits you legitimately, you're gonna feel it,
bro.
Now I remember. You remember Tough Enough where they had them all line up and they had to get slapped by him?
Yes.
You could tell that he was laying into him a little bit, and them boys were feeling it.
But that's how you deal with the young boys.
Oh yeah, I had a friend. I really wish that when I was younger I would have pursued wrestling because I think I've been pretty decent.
Oh, good, bro.
But I had a friend that actually was a indie wrestler.
Yeah.
And when he made it, he stood there and they all lined up and went by him. Bow! And just everybody in the locker room went by and gave him a slap in the chest just as like an initiation.
Gotta break him in.
So I like that they did that on the Tough Enough show. And I like that they did it with Big Show because those big old frying pans. And that's what John Cena said. It's like getting hit with a frying pan.
Bro, legit. So yeah, booking a guy like Omos in that way, again, man, you're booking a giant, and you could have protected him like an Undertaker,
right?
Like a big show, like a Kevin Nash, to the point where it's like, man, who can really beat this dude legitimately? Now, if they booked him and Seth Rollins in a gimmick match, that would have been a different story, which leads into the next match that make perfect sense. Damian Priest versus Bad Bunny. I did not think I would like it, but I loved it. What do you say?
I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
What?
Carlito, man.
Oh, man. Bro,
Carlito.
You taking me way back.
My man Carlito came out and spit apple in Dom's face.
Dude, okay. I was
going, please hit Dom with apple. Please hit Dom with apple. And blah, I was like, yes.
Bro, man, there's so much to talk about this match. Yes, the run-ins were amazing. We had Carlito.
Yep.
We had Savio Vega, the Caribbean legend. I thought I'd never, ever see Savio Vega in any wrestling promotion ever again. Not because he's got heat or anything. I just never thought that would be a name, a face I would see in wrestling. Yeah, I'm like, I remember watching Savio Vega on Raw, and he was the man.
Yep.
I like Savio Vega because he had Los Boricuas.
Yep.
And that was dope when they had those factions, Nation Domination, Los Boricuas. So that was cool to see him. But I was just shocked to see Savio Vega. We had Carlito. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the LWO, which I love what they're doing with them.
Judgment Day. Everybody got involved.
Woo!
So I saw it on TikTok today. Mark Henry made the comment, and I think I agree with him. He said, Bad Bunny is the greatest celebrity wrestler of all time.
I would definitely agree with that.
Celebrity wrestler. Like, not like somebody who comes in like Logan Paul who actually wrestles.
Of course.
But somebody who comes in and does one event and puts on a show.
Legit.
Bad Bunny has been pretty solid.
Well, you know what, man?
That match was believable.
Dude, I agree with everything you just said. I agree with the fact that Bad Bunny is not a wrestler, but he could pass for a solid mid-card guy.
Yeah.
And that's saying something for him to be green in this thing, because you take a guy like David Arquette, right? Never should have won WCW championship.
No.
He's got a lot of heart. He loves the sport. But no, I don't consider him in the wrestling category.
Correct.
But this guy, Bad Bunny, I didn't like him when he first came through. I said, dude, I don't want to see no reggaeton. No offense, reggaeton. I didn't want to see somebody come and get a payday and make wrestling look bad. And he never has done that. This guy's killing it.
Yeah.
So the actual match, what was the highlight to the match?
I was pretty impressed that he went through the table there at the end. That was a pretty stout, that was stiff. That wasn't there. And usually you can tell when they got a big airbag underneath it. Hey, sorry, we're not doing this we're not accepting invites on the first one. We appreciate the ask, but comment down below and we'll try to get to your comment.
Absolutely.
But you could tell that there wasn't a whole lot of cushioning underneath that, so he wore that. And then they showed pictures the next day. His back was still cut up from going through that table.
Dude, that thing caved in, and I was like, yo.
Yeah, we did watch Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns.
Oh, you already know, fam. Cody versus Roman at WrestleMania. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I tell you what, I am impressed with how they're handling the whole Cody Rhodes Roman Reigns situation, because they're thinking long game. It's not immediate. They're building a story in that, and that to me is why I'm a wrestling fan. You think about the rivalries of old, the Shawn Michaels versus Bret the Hitman Hart.
Sure.
They built them up. It wasn't just a one-show payoff. Hey, I'm beefing with you for 3 weeks, and now we're going to wrestle at a pay-per-view.
That's okay.
No, this is 6 months to a year of building up the fight. Cody got beat. So now, in order to fight for the championship again, he's got to build himself back up. He's got to fight his way back. He's got to fight his way back. Now, but you're also paying you're also watching to see Roman lose and to see Cody win. And what if both of those don't happen?
I will say this, man. And we learned this, and thanks for commenting on that, Wolfgang. We learned this from Daniel Bryan several years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with what you said. However, I will offer an alternate perspective, which is if a guy is white hot. Now, I did not expect Cody to be white hot coming back.
No.
He was booed in AEW every week because they were saying, oh, he's booking himself like his daddy used to.
Yeah.
When you're a top level star, you can do that. A different story. However, when he came back to WWE, and of all places, he got crazy love at the Royal Rumble, pushed this guy to the doggone moon.
But what led up to the Royal Rumble? My man ripped his pectoral in half, fought a pay-per-view match with a torn pectoral muscle.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He came back at WrestleMania originally.
Yeah.
Yes. And then he got crazy.
No, he came back at Royal Rumble.
And they came back at Royal Rumble, yes. I meant to say he came back from AEW
right.
at WrestleMania, got a crazy pop.
Yeah.
Then he came back from the injury at Royal Rumble, still hot, and going into this WrestleMania as hot as grease in the pan, brother.
But there again, that's the storytelling part of it.
It is.
So, I watched Paul Heyman talk about this, and the dude is a brilliant mind when you talk about wrestling and the psychology of it. What payoff is there to putting the strap on Cody at there?
But bro, I'm saying this. I feel like the torn pec, the journey forward, and all the storytelling with the bloodline was enough.
Cool, but what happens after that,
dude?
Where do you go? Where do you go with Roman? Where do you go with Cody? Because now you've taken your two top stars, and you've essentially just drawn a line in the sand and go, okay, now you're starting over again. Because Cody has no one to feud with, and Roman has lost his reign.
I would say this,
because right now he's I don't know if he's hit 1,000 days or not, but
he probably has at this point. I think he's right at 1,000. Yeah.
But so you've ended that. Okay. Now what?
Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna say this.
Yeah, I'm thinking long term here.
But in my fantasy booking, I'm gonna say this right away. I think you could go separate them. Okay. Put Roman right at that hot heavyweight championship top contender spot. Have him win the World Heavyweight Championship. Put prestige on that belt even more, and then have Cody go off to face us to either renew with Seth Rollins or have Cody just get beat up by Brock like he did anyway, put him in a program with Brock. I think you could have done that and still kept Cody hot, kept Roman in kind of this questioning, I still think you could have done it.
But answer me this. Is Cody not still white hot? He's still pretty hot, bro.
Personally, I believe Cody is white hot. However, I think sometimes you got to pay a storyline off. And New Japan did this when AJ first came in. He beat the champ first night. And sometimes if a guy is just that guy, you bring him in like back in the day. They brought a guy to a territory and he would just take the strap.
Right.
Now, I get it. I think we live in a different world today. I feel you. There's politics involved. There's a whole lot we got to consider. So I don't think it's a bad storyline either way. Me personally, I would have loved to see that win.
I would have loved to see the win too, but I'm just saying now, story-wise, Roman still gets to be Roman.
Facts.
But Cody is now, the story isn't finished. Because if he wins the strap, the story's finished.
I agree with that.
So now he's got a program that he can work on. Look now, what you said. He's feuding with Brock. He's got to get through Brock. Brock's like now a form of a gatekeeper for him.
Facts.
You thought after we'll talk about it in a little bit, but his match at Backlash, you thought that, hey, he snuck out of there with a win. He's moving on. He's going to bigger things.
That's what I thought.
And then we see differently. So now they're building the struggle with him to distance himself from people that he's beaten in order to position himself to then go back. And if he builds this program and he beats Brock and then he beats anyone else they throw him, when he comes to Roman again, he's going to be nuclear hot.
That's facts.
And so you look at the long-term effects of it, and the long-term says he'll be even hotter the next time they go to fight. And then it makes sense to have him go over.
Hey, I'm with you on that. So, yeah, wrapping up the Damian Priest, Bad Bunny match.
Yep.
I genuinely believe that Damian Priest was kept very strong. He definitely came off as, listen, kid, you're in our world. I'm going to beat the brakes off of you.
Mm-hmm.
And he certainly did that. And I give all respect to Bad Bunny for taking all the punishment he took. I saw it probably halfway in and he was gassed.
Mm-hmm.
He was visibly gassed.
Mm-hmm. He was blowed up for sure.
But I will say that Damian didn't really carry him. He had to dig down. Bad Bunny dug down and finished the match like a true pro. And I got to respect that. And now, of course, they had a nice big break with, LWO and all that Judgment Day stuff to get, these guys through the match. Yeah. But still,
wind in the corner. Yeah.
The stuff that he went through, the kendo stick shots, everything that he went through getting beat down, it was a solid match. And even seeing Damian not get the win, I was like, yo, that's great storytelling.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I say, like, I'm so excited because of how much they're working on storytelling.
Yes.
You can tell that Triple H has got a little more control. Got a little more control over the situation as far as creative goes, because it's not the same old thing that happened when Vince was at. Vince was a great mind to take from what it was to now, but Triple H's mind is going to get it to a level greater because he was a wrestler. He understands the psychology.
Absolutely.
And building it. Sure, you can have a great promotion guy, but someone that understands the ins and outs and how to build that, who did it on a daily basis for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
He is such a brilliant mind. I mean, they didn't call him the cerebral assassin for no reason.
Facts.
So it's cool to see how he has his effect. I mean, that's why I started following NXT, because he was in charge of NXT.
Yeah.
And you could tell the storylines were not just, like I said, I'm feuding with you, we're going to fight for 2 weeks, and then we're going to fight at the pay-per-view, and then I'm done with you. No, it built, and there was general feuds. So it's just great to see. It's great to see. It's great to watch.
No, I feel you 1,000%, bro. Exactly. I think the key is Triple H understands what wrestling is today.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of grizzled old veterans out there who don't really understand what wrestling is today and get frustrated and say these new guys are killing the business, whatever. But you got to think about it like this. Back in Bruno Sammartino's day and classy Freddie Blassie and these old-timey guys, they would have, they would have hated on Hogan and Piper.
Yeah.
And say they're killing the business.
Yep.
So the business has to evolve.
Correct.
And I think Triple H is one of those guys who's saying, hey, listen, let's push the Adam Coles of the world. Let's push, the Finn Balor. Let's push Ricochet. Let's push guys who, you might not like their style and get it, but listen, the pace is faster. You know what I'm saying? The moves are getting more intense. Guys are getting kicked in the face, spiked on their head. There's a lot more MMA influence, martial arts influence in wrestling. Guys are getting a lot more snug.
Mm-hmm.
But it works.
Yeah.
And just let it work.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
So next.
Interestingly enough, this was a cool-down match. And for all intents and purposes, I didn't think it should have been a cool down, but the crowd was just so worked up over the Damian Priest and Bad Bunny. That Puerto Rican crowd was phenomenal, by the way.
Yeah.
But it just...
A la Puerto Rico!
Yeah, Puerto Rico, los Boricuas, mi orgullo. So, the crowd was so hot that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos in their return match, it should have been a lot bigger, but you just can't get mad at the fact that they just had so much hype with Zelina and then Bad Bunny and, of course, Damian Priest, two hometown boys, that it is what it is.
Yeah, they probably should have worked the card a little bit better.
Yeah.
But who's to know that the heat factor would have went off like that?
Yeah, facts. Yeah, man. I think, of course, it goes without saying, it was a solid match. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, you can't go wrong with that formula. They are two of the best wrestlers anywhere on the planet.
Fight, Owens, fight, baby.
Yo, fight forever.
Yes.
They can wrestle a great match.
Yes.
Anywhere, anytime, with zero notice.
Yeah, against anybody.
Facts. So, I mean, I think this is just kind of a really, really cut and dry deal that the guys put on a great match. I saw a lot of super kicks. Speaking of, I think this is a really good match to talk about. Bret Hart's comments. I actually just, I might be a little late to the game, but I saw some comments from Bret Hart recently. Jim Cornette weighed in on this as well. And Bret seems to feel that there's too much of going on. Leg slapping, super kicking, just a little too much of that. What do you have to say?
I agree. You look at it as desensitizing. If I do a super kick 15 times in a match,
yes,
is it really a super kick or am I just kicking you in the head? Am I tuning up the band one time a match where I blow your head off and you're not getting up, or am I kicking you 10 times and you're getting up and we're still fighting? Because then at what point does that move become just like a body slam?
Yeah, man. The Usos, granted, I love their super kicks, and I love, of course, the Young Bucks, who have now made the super kick world famous.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I never thought about it that way. You're right. If it's a super kick,
right,
that should be the kick to end all kicks.
Right.
Or to end the match.
I should kick you one time. I should be in the corner tuning up the band.
Yeah.
And then, blow, I blow your jaw apart, and you're on the match. You're on the mat. 1, 2, 3. It's over.
Yeah, because when Shawn Michaels would hit you with a super kick, there was a couple of times I thought he literally took a guy's head off.
Oh yeah, and again, it's the evolution of the sport that we love.
Yeah.
When you're doing 540s off the top rope instead of just frog splashes.
Facts.
Is a super kick really a finishing move?
Yeah, you got a good point. And I will say this too. The influence of Lucha Libre has taken on so much, which I love Lucha Libre. Mm-hmm. I've been a fan of Lucha Libre ever since it came to WCW. And I got to give credit where credit is due. I think an unsung hero of the kicks in wrestling is Silver King. If any of y'all know Silver King, shout him out. You may not remember, go back and watch WCW old footage. Mm-hmm. There was a cat named Silver King. And Silver King used to kick dude way before it was ever a thing. Before Uso, before Young Buck, before Shawn Michaels was really like giving super kicks like just crazy. Silver King used to kick dudes slap in the mouth. Ooh. And he was the first one I ever heard that smack. Where he went, pow! You say, oh my gosh! Yeah. Silver King.
I got research to do.
Silver King.
I 100%. I'm going to go home and look up Silver King.
Yeah, Silver King used to mule kick dudes in the mouth.
I love it.
Yes. I feel like there's a lot of Lucha Libre influence. Maybe, who knows? But yeah. I got to shout out Silver King. If you happen to watch, just know you got a fan in me. Hey, you made my childhood because you were the one who introduced me to slap, ow, getting kicked in the face.
Nice.
Yes, all right. So, yo.
Yeah, but so the tension was there.
Yeah.
It was so low.
Whoa, yes.
You forgot that there were two other people in that
Dude,
match.
I was tripping, bro. Yes.
So the tension between the Usos and Solo was pretty palpable. You could feel it. I mean,
Yeah.
Solo's about to Samoan spike Jay. And Jay's like, you gonna hit me?
Dude, that moment, that moment. Man, wow.
So
Wow.
we kind of talked about this a little bit before we went live. It presents a little tension in the bloodline.
That's what I'm curious about. Now, I would love if WWE is teasing an implosion of the bloodline, but not really giving it to us yet.
Yeah, I mean, again, you look at the full body of work. There was a little tension between Jay and Roman for a while.
Oh, of course.
So now the Usos haven't been getting it done lately. They not the ones, they the twos.
They the twos.
I'm sorry, they the twos now. You can't come out and say we them ones when you ain't got the straps no more.
Facts.
So taking that into consideration, now you got the head of the table, the tribal chief, and his right hand man, Solo.
Solo gets it done.
If you're not keeping up your end of the bargain, do you get to sit at the table?
You might have a spot at the table, but it ain't gonna be nowhere near the head of the table.
Nah, you down at the end with the kids. You in the little auxiliary table off to the side in the spare room with the little chairs. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Dog, I want to see that. Now I could picture that. Could you imagine Roman having his table with, Sika and Alpha and some of the family?
Yeah.
And they're doing their thing. And then they kind of do a segment where the Usos like, hey, what up, Uso? He's like, no, you go sit over there. And they had to sit with the kid.
Oh, that would be so great, man. I would pay for that pay-per-view.
I would love to see a segment like that where they sit at the kids' table.
Bro, I mean, that's what they're kind of. That's the vibe that I'm getting. Is they're on the outs with the tribal chief,
Yes.
I mean, when the enforcer's about to bust his brother in the mouth with a Samoan spike.
Yes.
Are you really at the table anymore?
Exactly.
Or are you fighting to keep your spot at the table?
Exactly. But I love that dynamic because the whole dynamic is, you have a true tribal culture, a warring culture, where it's like, listen, if you not the man, then guess what? You're going to get taken out. That young lion can come up and jack you up, take your spot, because now you're no longer a warrior. Right. And so I can appreciate how they're bringing the Samoan culture into the business, or I should say really bring it back to the business.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, again, you guys didn't hear, we talked about how they're forming factions.
Yeah.
It's a faction-based roster, really. I mean, the head people are in a faction. You have your outliers like Seth Rollins and some guys like that. But most of your big talent are in factions now. And so, is your team better than my team?
Yo,
and the Usos right now are not playing in the NBA. They're in the G League.
Yeah, I think, and I would hope this is. I'm hoping. I don't know if WWE gonna do this. I will hope that the Usos would get booked in such a way that they become the lackeys. And they kind of grudgingly follow Roman, but they kind of have to stand to the back. And they have to end up being, speak when spoken to kind of thing. Yeah. Like, hey, listen, you know what? You got
to earn your right at the table.
Exactly. Like, say, now you off in the ocean. What is he called? Ocean of obscurity or whatever it is.
Yep.
You're not on the island of relevancy.
Right.
So he can say, you've been off the island. You still in the bloodline, but you're off the island.
Yeah.
Legit.
You got to fight your way back on.
So, the match to end the event and to create more shock and awe that I don't think that they even anticipated, Cody Rhodes finally, for the first time ever, facing Brock Lesnar.
No one can say that like Paul.
I can't do that.
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
He got that little high pitched thing in there.
You did good. That's good. That's good.
I really enjoyed this match.
Yeah.
I enjoyed how they set up Brock getting hurt. I enjoyed like the first half of the match. I'm thinking, ooh, this is John Cena part 2. He's fixing to catch 33 suplexes.
Bro, for real.
And then the drop toe hold into the turnbuckle. And so,
okay.
A little pause there. We're starting to see a little color come back.
Yo.
For those of you who don't know what color means, blood. We're starting to see a little color come back to the matches. We had 2 girls busted open on NXT last week.
Yes.
Finn Balor was busted open at the pay-per-view before that at WrestleMania. Monday Night Raw, Finn Balor's mouth got busted open again. You're starting to see people catch a little blood. Whether or not it's blood pills, I get they do that stuff too, but the one on Brock's head was legitimate busted open.
Well,
man.
I was telling you, off camera, that you touch Brock like this, he's gonna bleed. I think Brock is just one of those guys with thin skin, and he's been punched so many times that, you have boxers out there who literally, I mean, they cut like nothing because at the end of the day, their skin has just been beat on.
Was it Nate Diaz?
Yeah.
Thump him in the face.
Facts.
He busts open.
Yeah, these guys have just been hit so many times in the face. It's just whatever.
But did you see Brock on Monday night?
Man, I regretfully did not.
My man got stitches.
Joe, you know what?
And a black eye.
Yes, I had heard he was up here, yeah.
Yeah, stitches and a black eye. It was still swollen and black and blue. So, I mean, obviously you can make up and get that done, but the stitches were legit. It wasn't a, at least it didn't appear to be a work.
Yeah.
It looked like real stitches, and he alluded to Cody saying, "Look at my face. Look at my face." He's pretty pissed off about that.
Well, I think it's like this. A guy like Brock, he's not going to do a work like that.
No.
Now, if it was another wrestler, sure, they might do a work to, like when Randy Orton got supposedly burned by the Fiend, whatever. Yeah. But a guy like Brock, the last thing he wants to do is
look weak.
Yeah, he ain't going to look weak like this punk and put hands on me and put color on me. No. But if it happened and it just went down like that, he's going to own it.
That was great, again, because they didn't make Brock look weak. He kind of slipped and fell into the corner, hit his head, busted his head open, bleeding all over the place. So it made Cody stay strong, it made Brock stay strong, and it kept the program going for Monday night.
Facts. And I think what we're seeing is throughout Cody's career at this point, we're seeing Cody represent that never say die. But one thing about Cody is he makes being a babyface actually look cool. Mm-hmm. Like John Cena was like, so, he got corny after a while, your kid's superhero, whatever. Hey, where'd you go?
You can't see me.
I couldn't see you.
You can't see me.
That's so weird. I couldn't see you.
The Rock tripped me out. You can't see me. You can't see me.
But Joe, Cody makes it look cool. I mean, he has the style of Ric Flair. Mm-hmm. He has all the charisma.
Dude, his ring gear is legit.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And he comes out with ring gear, which reminds me, facts. That's a throwback to me of the original Sting.
Yeah.
All the pageantry.
The surfer.
Oh, yeah. Surfer Sting, when he would come out with, with his coats.
He told Ric Flair the tide, you're so ugly the tide wouldn't even take you out. I remember that when I was a kid. Promo on WCW. Ric Flair, you're so ugly the tide wouldn't even take you out.
The blonde hair, the all that, the regalia.
Yep.
I feel like we're seeing that kind of babyface come back. The cool babyface is who you want to be. Macho Man, a Hogan, Sting, Warrior. I think he embodies that.
Well, we've gone through the era now where heels were the good guys.
Yeah.
And people are getting kind of tired of that. We actually need a good guy.
Yeah.
We need good. You essentially need good versus evil.
We really do.
You have a good and a bad. You got to have tension there. Or eventually it becomes the end of WCW where everybody's on the bad guy team and you're all just like one big cluster bomb of stupidness.
Facts.
And you get the finger poke of doom.
Exactly.
Kind of crap.
Yes.
Because there's no place to go.
Exactly.
Because you've creatively worked yourself in a corner. But now when you're starting to develop true faces and true heels, like we talked about it earlier, Mommy is a true heel.
100%, bro.
100%. And so, like you said, when you look at Cody is starting to embody that true face that people love to get behind.
No, I agree. 1,000%, dude. 1,000%. And so in this match, I wanted Cody to go over. Mm-hmm. My biggest issue was, how is Cody gonna go over and Brock look strong and everything work out? And I think that they did a slam dunk job. I don't know if it was Heyman who was behind it. I don't know. But kudos to the writer, creative team. Mm-hmm. If Cody had any hand in how the match was going to end, kudos to Cody. They could not have booked that better, because Brock is the kind of guy who's never going to let up on a submission, right? We know that.
Right.
So then even if he's getting pinned, he's trained to be a killer. He's not thinking about a pin. He's thinking about hurting and breaking this guy's arm. Mm-hmm. So he's like, wait a second. Oh my gosh, dude, you weaseled out of it. You're a punk. I was going to snap your arm and you roll over on me, take it like a man and get killed, you know?
Yeah. And you can see it on his face when he sat up, the kind of like, all right, dude, you got me this time.
Yeah.
You got me.
Oh yeah.
Bet that. Watch.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, if you're in a match, you're in a fight with a guy, mm-hmm. and say, you know, he catches you with a sucker punch and you say, all right, mm-hmm. okay, yeah,
I'm gonna catch you sleeping.
Exactly, and,
you
know,
you gonna catch a lunchbox to the side.
Exactly. He didn't necessarily win, but you know, you got to give it to him.
Right. Yeah, and like I said, they kept both guys strong, which lets the feud carry on.
Yes. Well, listen, man, that's everything for Backlash. Yo, I gotta fulfill my household duties. I want to talk more, but I got a text from wifey before this saying, "Hey, I want you home at a decent hour." So it is what it is, y'all. I think we've talked quite a bit. More lives to come, more content to come. Hey, we're trying to do this thing daily, y'all. So make sure you keep up with the crew. Shout out to those who followed us from the live.
Yep.
Much love.
So look for us live on Wednesday nights. But also check in from time to time, because we will watch shows and post something that we saw that we liked on regular TikToks.
Absolutely. We're broadcasting today from an undisclosed location, but rest assured, in our respective homes and even in our necks of the woods, we're going to be coming to you from wherever to make sure we give you some of that dope wrestling content. So if you like the channel, hey, shout us out, man. Make sure you follow us for more content. Like everything that we do. Share it with your friends and let them know that the new kings of wrestling commentary are here.
And like my boy Nick Merck says, if you like the video, like the video.
Facts. And with that, we out.